Let's look at another quadratic equation. So this equation, remember, before we can factorize, we need one side of the equation to be 0. So before we can begin to factorize, we need to group all the like terms, everything on one side. So we have 2x squared, group like terms. So we have 2x squared, there's no other term like 2x squared. We have minus 4x. Here's another negative 3x here. So our group become positive 3x. And we have minus 6, group with this positive 4. So minus 4. Alright, so remove the 4 minus 3x from the side, the right hand side by subtracting 4 and adding 3x to both sides. So we have here add 3x and subtract 4. Alright, so let's simplify this a little bit. So we have 2x squared. It's minus 4x plus 3x, minus 4 plus 3, that's negative 1x, right? Or just a negative x, or negative 1x. And minus 6 minus 4, add and keep the sign. So that is minus 10. So now we can go ahead and factorize. So we need to rewrite the minus 1x. We need to rewrite, let me just put minus 1 there. We need to rewrite that minus 1 there. But the two numbers, remember, the two numbers that we use to rewrite the minus 1, these numbers must have a product that's the same as a times c. Now a is 2, c is minus 10. So a times c is 2 times minus 10, which is minus 20. So let us write down all the set of values that multiply to give 20. So 20 times 1, 4 times 5, and of course 2 times 10. Which of these set of numbers can either add or subtract to give you minus 1? That's correct. Minus 5 and positive 4. 4 minus 5, that's minus 1, which we need. And if you multiply 4 times minus 5, you end up with AC negative 20. So it satisfies both conditions. So we rewrite. So we have 2x squared. We rewrite the minus 1x as, it's up to you. We could put the positive 4x first. Minus 5x after. Or you could have put minus 5x plus 4x. You have a minus 10 equals 0. So note, the minus 10, bring forward, 2x squared, bring forward. All we did was rewrite the minus 1x as 4x minus 5x. Or you could have used minus 5x plus 4x. All are not important. Alright, so as long as the minus is on the 5 and the positive is on the 4. For us to get back minus 1x. So now we group. Factor by group. The first group is 2x squared plus 4x. The other group is minus 5x minus 10. So for the first group, what's the common factor? Highest common factor for 2 and 4 can factor out 2. And for x squared and x is common, so we factor out x. And now we need the terms for the bracket. So we can divide each of these terms by whatever we have outside of our bracket. In this case is 2x. So divide each of these terms by 2x. 2 into 2, that's 1. Right? And x into x squared, that's just x. And here we have 4x over 2x. So x into x, that's 1. And 2 into 4, that's 2. For the other group, minus 5x minus 10, what's our common factor? Well, 5, but it begins with a negative value, so we factor out a negative value. So negative 5. And so we divide each of these terms by whatever we have outside, which is minus 5 in this case. So minus 5 into minus 5, anything divided by itself is 1, right? Positive 1. So positive 1x. And minus 10 divided by minus 5. No, negative divided by negative, that's positive, right? And so we have our factors. Common factor here is x plus 2. And outside of the bracket, we factor out x plus 2. What are we left with? 2x. And if I factor x plus 2 from this, what are we left with? Minus 5. And so, step 1, factorize the quadratic. Step 2, and I'll just put step 2 here, which is the easy step. We equate both brackets to 0. So we'll let x plus 2 equal to 0. And we'll let 2x minus 5 be equal to 0. Now, if x plus 2 is equal to 0, then what is x? X equal minus 2. And 2x minus 5 is equal to 0. Means that 2x equal to 5. Divide both sides by 2. So x is equal to, what's 5 divided by 2? 2.5 or 2.5. Or you can let the 5 over 2 remain. So 5 over 2 or anything equivalent to 5 over 2. 2.5, 2.5. Here is another one. And does this look familiar to you? Yes, it should jump at you. That this is a difference of 2 squares. So 4x squared can be rewritten as that. 2x all squared. And how can we rewrite this number 9? 3 squared. So we have a difference of 2 squares. We know how we factorize it. So 2x minus 3 one bracket. And 2x plus 3 in the other bracket. And it doesn't matter the order of the bracket. Whichever bracket you want to put first. After we factorize, which is step 1, step 2, now we equate each of the brackets to 0. So 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. Right? Or 2x plus 3 is equal to 0. And solving this, 2x minus 3 equal to 0 means that 2x is equal to 3. And if we divide both sides by 2, x is equal to 1.5. That's one solution. The other, we have here 2x, subtract 3 from both sides, 2x is minus 3, divide both sides by 2. Divide both sides by 2, 2 into 2, that's 1, so 1x is equal to minus 3 divided by 2, that's minus 1.5. And always you can test both answer. 4x squared, x squared, if you square 1.5, you square 1.5, what do you get? 2.25. So 1.5 times itself is 2.25. And then if we multiply 2.25 times 4, you will end up with 9. Likewise, if you use negative 1.5, because remember, once you square a real number, the value has to be positive. Because if you square a number means to multiply it by itself, so minus 1.5 times minus 1.5 will give you 2.25. And if you multiply the 2.25 times 4, you'll end up with 9. And minus 9. So it satisfies this equation. So that's it.